Hi everyone, Rebecca here, head coach at Proforce Wealth. Welcome. Today I want to talk to you about what you need to know when it comes to BNPL, which is buy now, pay later. First of all, everyone's doing it, right? I don't know anyone who's not using AfterPay. And did you know that buy now, pay later is now, in fact, a $1 billion industry worldwide and growing? So after the banks have tried to bag companies like AfterPay and ZipPay for offering up the services to us, they want in now too. Weird, right? Combank, for example, has entered the market with a huge investment of $100 million in Swedish-based bank Klarna, who is going to be offering up the service globally. And you may have heard, but the largest credit card issuer on the planet, Visa, has announced a pilot program which is set to launch in early 2020, which basically is going to offer cardholders the same buy now, pay later arrangements using the cards already in their wallets. So watch out AfterPay. But what do you need to know, aside from all that stuff? The first thing is the no interest tagline, which can make it a really attractive proposition, but it also means that they actually sit outside the existing credit laws. So what that means is they're able to give you credit that you might not otherwise have been given or permitted based on your current credit standing. So basically, you might be taking on more than you can afford. What's more, because there's no credit checks when you sign up to a buy now, pay later service, it's so ridiculously easy to buy more stuff using buy now, pay later. And you're naturally going to buy more. There's less resistance. You don't have to get out credit cards. You just go through the checkout, signing into AfterPay. A recent study by Mozo showed that 65% of AfterPay users are buying more or making more purchases than they would ordinarily make. And 30% admitted to missing their scheduled repayments, which is the worst thing you can do when it comes to buy now, pay later. It kind of negates all the benefits. So in 2018 alone, AfterPay recorded a 365% increase in its late fee earnings, which amounted to, wait for it, almost $29 million. So despite what they say, they are making moolah from your cash flow woes. So is it really interest-free too? I think that's a really important thing to be aware of. Sure, they're not charging you interest per se, but if you're paying account fees, like a $6 monthly fee, or late payment fees for paying late, it's the same thing, guys. In fact, the nominal interest rate when you factor in fees and charges on the amount you've borrowed using AfterPay can be 4 to 5 times higher than your credit card interest rate. So while you think you're doing the right thing and avoiding that terrible interest credit card interest, even where you may be copping just a few sneaky late fees here and there, it's nothing. You could actually be paying more than if you'd used a credit card to pay for it in the first place, assuming you pay off the credit card at the end of the month. So should you use them? Let's look at it this way. They're a good way to break up a purchase that you can afford, but you want to break up and fund over, say, a couple of pay cycles from some already segregated fund money, okay? For example, let's say you've got a wedding coming up and you're going as a guest. You don't want to dip into your savings to buy the $200 dress or tux, but you could afford to if you had to. So instead of doing that, you'd prefer to use a buy now, pay later type of service to fund that purchase over, say, 4 fortnightly pay cycles from funds that you've set aside each fortnight for a bit of fun. That's the qualifier. What you don't want to do is rely on them to fund everything you buy. Okay? Well, sooner rather than later, you'll end up with a $500 to $1,000 plus rolling monthly spend, tapping your bank account every other day for everything from new undies to a new lounge suite. So you want to keep it real defined when we use it, because that is a fast track to cash flow strife. And then if you're getting sucked into paying late fees and account fees, which some buy now, pay later services charge, you're really paying some kind of interest, whether you want to call it that or not. So in any case, Don't be bullied into using or not using any kind of financial tool, whether it's a buy now, pay later, a credit card, or any other kind of financial tool. But the smart thing to do is to limit your exposure and dependence on any kind of credit wherever it relates to making purchases on consumer spending. So my top tips for using buy now, pay later services: only use them sparingly, like one thing at a time, literally. Avoid services that charge you a monthly fee, irrespective of whether you pay on time, because then you're still paying more. Make sure you've got a money plan that has your cash flow working for you, not against you, in the background, driving your finances and goals forward. At Proforce Wealth, that's exactly the kind of thing we're going to help you achieve. We stand for self-wealth management and believe you earned your money, so you should be the one to manage and invest it. But we know that it's not an easy thing to do either. And having a financial plan, staying on track with your money, and doing it consistently well is a tough ask, guys, even if you're someone who is financially self-motivated. So we wanted to create the kind of community that could show you what to do, give you the tools to do it yourself, and then offer you up the community to be there for ongoing support and inspiration for you to stay on track. So to do that, we went and created the perfect, we think, financial coaching community just for millennials, and we've integrated the best in technology, tools, advice and support so that you can have it all on your mobile phone for exactly when you need it. So if you want to hear more about Proforce Wealth Academy, please click the link below to sign up to our waitlist. We'll notify you once we launch, and you'll be the first to hear about our special foundation member pricing. We look forward to seeing you on this exciting journey.